Alright everyone, settle down, and welcome! As you received on your invitations, in today's forum we will be discussing Groninfest Public Education Edict number 3.
You should make paper clear. Urag did not know this. Urag does not care about education.
Well, Urag, if you didn't eat the interpreter, then maybe you would have known, but that's okay. We're all really glad that you're here, and we want to hear your input.
Please remind me, what were Groninfest Public Education Edicts numbers 1 and 2? The first one was the establishment of the Anatomist University, and the second one was the disestablishment of the Anatomist University after we found out that our disappearing villagers problem was not caused by real direwolves, but the anatomists themselves dressing up in pelts. One of my men pissed himself because he thought they were werewolves, but it was really just those quacks.
Do not disrespect the arts that you know nothing about.
You know there's contracts in 3 villages to stock the whack crap you're doing in your cave, right? There's good money for your bald, desiccating scalp, and I'd be collecting it if I wasn't stuck for the last 18 days on this contract to hunt webnecks around Oilenkrug.
You'll never find them. They despawned.
No! Don't you say that! I'll get the right retinue members, and I'll find them in no time.
And I'm just gonna interject real quick. Maybe we can fit that in the end if we have time. But right now, we're talking about whether or not to pass the Student Perk en Masse Selection Bill, also known as SPEMS, here in Groninfest. SPEMS has 3 articles. Mercenaries are required to take student at level 2. Mercenary captains will make special efforts to feed kills to men with the Wildmen background and dumb trait to offset their XP penalties. Mercenary captains must get the drill sergeant as their first retinue. This pilot bill aims to provide more XP and education to mercenaries in Groninfest, and if successful, then other settlements in House Gota will hopefully adopt it. Do we have any initial questions?
Do you really think they despawned?
Please, let's keep it on topic to SPEMS.
I think this is a great idea. If mercenaries are taking student at level 2, then they aren't taking Colossus, fast adaptation, 9 lives, and this will make them much easier for my raiders and thugs to kill.
Urag agree.
That makes sense. Thank you, Barabbas. I do not support SPEMS. If we educate the townsfolk, they may unionize and demand higher wages.
Yeah, and school is useless as it is anyway. Young men need to be working in the fields and defending us against slimy goblins and smelly orcs. No offense, Urag.
No taken.
Good point. But if we had smarter townsfolk, we could elect smarter mayors for the rest of House Gota. Have you seen Undheim? The mayor's an idiot. I can't remember a day they didn't have ambush trade routes.
Well, that's partially because he's in my pocket, but yeah, I concur he can make smarter decisions.
I'm on board. If this will make my zombies smarter, maybe they'll finally be able to do something when the next undead crisis hits. When is that anyway, Captain?
Well, I haven't been able to fulfill any of the noble contracts because I'm still looking for the webnecks. Gosh, they must have left the woods, right?
I see your point, Necromancer, but while the peasants are still living, they will want a higher cost of labor, and I can't see past that.
That make bones.
What?
That make bones. You said earlier that makes sense. And Urag trade in bones. Therefore Urag say that make bones.
What? No, not sense as in currency, sense as in logical sense.
Does this say anything about noble armies? I like to keep my footmen as dumb as possible, otherwise they may deviate from our long-standing tactic of shield walling until our enemies die of boredom. Someone asked how well that works against southern armies. You listen here, Weasel. You don't know the first thing about commanding a noble company. Seemingly neither do you, but that's not my problem.
Okay, moving on. I think that SPEMS is a perfect avenue for educating and bettering society as a whole. We could recreate the glory of the ancient empire. Think of all the wondrous architecture and cities and statues and everything. And my lumber and gems could be used so much more. Maybe this is a good idea after all.
I gotta admit, that makes crowns.
Huh? No! Sense! S-E-N-S-E, as in common sense. I hate common sense. Everything should belong to me, the owner. That's it, I'm done. I can't take it anymore. I'm pulling down your contract to clear the lumber mill of brigands.
Oh, thank you. And, what about wages? The drill sergeant's extra XP will cause wages to go up, and retiree benefits will cost more. That may affect the economy. You know I don't retire anyone. I just send them naked into orcs.
This true.
And I can't even get any XP, because my men can't find the web. I may be on board if we change the level requirement. Mathematically, the best return on investment for student is at level 5, because the first levels require so little XP to attain. My footmen barely level up since they just spend all their AP on shield wall, so if we made student mandatory at level 5, then I would be basically exempt from following this bill. I'm glad your priority isn't retraining your men to fight competently. Oh, you melon-mugging
Enough! Shut up! You are both as dense as Urag! No offense, Urag.
No taken.
I can't be in a room with you all any longer. I'd save scum this meeting and uninvite all of you, but unfortunately, we're in an Iron Man campaign. Captain, can you please Alt F4?
I knew I shouldn't have taken that contract. But I picked Peace Slayers because it was the only origin I hadn't tried yet. I just wanted to roleplay.
You know what? I'm done. I'm gonna go be a vizier for a city-state. Let mercenaries take student when they want. I don't care. Let them take it at level 5, Sir Harold. You're still gonna lose to any half-donkey, half-indebted, inbred slaves that my sultan will send against your window-licking, filly-fiddling, hexen, simping footmen! Meeting adjourned.
Psst, you know you could just cancel the contract, right?